What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video I'm going to continue working on the camper trailer. As you've probably noticed, the spare wheel is now up here, so last night I got to fit in that. It's just too late to film it, so but anyway, that's on there, so I've got to paint her up and seal it, so we'll get to that. Today's video we're going to continue working on the inside, finish off a few things. We're going to put a new jockey wheel on the front, fix the hitch that's broken on the coupling on the front. And the water pump is leaking a little bit, so we'll get to that, and hopefully we can jump onto that air compressor. So let's get started. So the next thing to do, while we wait for that paint to dry, the jockey wheel on the front, original one's got a flat spot in it, so just sort of when you move it around it's just a pain. And the winder handle hits my spare wheel carrier on the back, so we're going to relocate it to this side. The old owner must have welded that one on, so this time I'm just going to unbolt that as much as I can and leave the bracket on there, and I'll just U-bolt this one to this side just so I'll be able to move it around if I ever want to put a toolbox or anything on the front. So let's get to fitting that. Now we can get rid of this whole piece of junk, and that one there will take its place. So we're just going to leave this bracket here, but we'll take off the rest of this jockey. So we're just going to unstake this nut. So that coupling retainer was very difficult to put on. I had to sand a little bit, but it's on there now, so it should wear in. I'll have to grease it later. So the next thing is this paint's dried. So I picked up some of this Sikaflex 227 fast curing, so it's automotive sealant. They're not a sponsor or anything, but I know their products are pretty good, so I'm going to try that out on filling up in here, because whoever's built this trailer previously has just used silicone, and it's all rusted and that, so this will prevent water ingress. So we'll just fill these gaps up inside and wear in the welds. As you can probably notice, there's some water leaking out. So this pump has just got plastic barbs. If you haven't seen the video where I fitted that, you can click the link above. But yeah, I showed it in there. So you've sort of got barbs on there and these screwed in. I did put Teflon tape on, but I think they've started to leak. So I'm going to take this off and just sort of use some silicone or some glue. Hopefully seal that up, because you do lose a little bit of pressure when it's under load. just an update on the air compressor. I thought I was going to get to doing that today, but it turns out I'm not. I've only got about 8mm air hose laying around, so that won't fit these 10mm barbs that I've picked up at the local shop. So what I was planning on doing was putting a receiver into the end of here, and then get like just a coupling so I can always pull this out if I ever need to, and then routing that along down outside to the drawbar where another coupling will be, I don't know, here or something, so you can just plug in your air hose, pump up your tires and all that. The other thing I was going to do was, this is just a generic compressor, but it's got a switch on the side, turn on and off. I was going to run a sort of a relay to the alligator clips here instead, but I think I'll put them straight to power with a fuse, and then this little switch up here I might just extend with a bit of 3mm twin core wire up to our switch panel in the back there. I think that'll be a much better idea, so we'll have to leave that till probably next couple of videos and we'll get to that, but I'll pick up some air fittings. But for now, I think what we might do, I actually want to put on a light bar on the rear. So this is just this little light bar here, picked up fairly cheap, just off eBay. So yeah, I think we'll bolt that on the rear just to give us a little bit of light. If we're backing up somewhere, we can just flick it on. So let's do that. Got the light bar all mounted up, the wires run through a grommet inside, so it shouldn't leak any water. I think it's about time to get rid of these studs, sort of just get in the way and hit on everything whenever we back it in. So we'll cut those off, grind it up, throw a bit of paint on it, and then we'll start to wire the light bar up. So grinder's only a small grinder, so it'll take a long time to cut that off, but what we'll do for now is I'll paint it up and grind it off later. I'm going to eventually paint the whole trailer and fix up all these seams that are full of silicone and showing a little bit of rust in some of them, so we'll clean it up then. So guys, I've just gone to wire up that light bar that we just fitted, and the wiring kit off eBay is garbage, so I'm not going to use that. The wires are too thin and the relay's just no good and the fuse holder's falling a bit, so I'll have to make up another one, so that'll be in another future video, so sorry about that. But we'll just move right along. In the last couple of videos, when I fitted this, I forgot to add a fuse down, a bolt-in fuse down on the battery, so that's our main power wire supplying power to everything. So we do need a fuse down there just in case something was to trip it, or a fuse wasn't to work or something like that. So we'll add that in now, and that's just going to be on that main power feed that comes up. So if anything was to go, that'll blow that first. So just got to be safety first. So here's our bolting fuse, so just a 30 amp for now. We can always upgrade it. These will hold about, I think it's 120 amps. So this just makes it nice and easy, so you just unbolt them, swap it out, put a new one in. So your lugs both bolt on, and then you just put your cover on, just a nice inline sturdy and heavy duty fuse, so they can get sort of thrown around in that and won't sort of wreck it. Alright, so I've cut 2 new panels to fit up in the sides there like that. There's that one, and then that one fits in there. The plywood is sort of delaminated, but that's alright for this side. I'll have to glue that one back together. The wires fell off here again. I've glued it twice now, so I'll have to try and figure out something else for that. But for now, these ends will sort of hold it up, and I'll be able to chuck some glue and then it shouldn't come apart. So I've finished up the wiring inside. That's all done. I've ran the speaker wire for that back speaker, because at the moment just the 2 fronts are wired. And then once I've done that, I'll just connect up the other one, and yeah, that's just sort of boring stuff. But yeah, so we'll whack this one on. It's a bit of a tight fit, this one. So this is really good glue I've found. It's T-Rex Power. I've never heard of it until I started working where I am now, and they sort of swear by it. So really good stuff. It dries within, well, holds within 1 second. Jet black. You can get it in white as well, so it's pretty good stuff. Yeah, it looks so much better having that all nice and sheeted off. Just makes this sort of a dedicated shelf now, so that's good. As I said in the last video, we're definitely putting a travel buddy on the top or the bottom, whichever one at the moment. Haven't figured that out yet, but and that'll pin that wire up nice and tightly, so it's pinched there and pinched there, which is good. Yeah, so I'll glue that. It looks pretty good from the back side. I've just got to tidy up a bit of wiring up there. And yeah, disconnect those speakers like I said. Right guys, so I've been getting a couple of questions about these lately, just some stabilizer legs. So I'm actually going to make a set of electric ones. I haven't really seen that done before, but I just want to do something a bit different. So what you'll be able to do is adjust them independently from inside. So each height, because you know the ground's never level, I suppose, when you go camping. So what I'm going to do is adapt an old windscreen wiper motor to the shaft here. Just make it go up and down, so I've got a crank handle, so we don't have to use that. The legs only travel about 100 mil roughly, so I'll have to use this extender, so we'll be able to make that work. So we'll make that slide up and down, so there'll be a bit of fabricating there. I'll have to turn some stuff up on the lathe, as I said in the last video. We just didn't get a chance to start that today, but I am going to dedicate a complete video onto these, so I'll leave the trailer out of that and just sort of do that, and then once we fit them up, then I'll obviously wire it up and stuff. But yeah, that's where it's at the moment, so I'm just waiting on some more parts, but definitely coming soon guys, so stay tuned for that one. Today guys, just wanted to mention a couple of things I'm planning for this trailer. There's still a lot more to go, so there'll be a couple more videos to go. So definitely going to put some USB and charging outlets in the rooftop tent, so I'll have to wire those down through into the batteries, so that'll charge phones and all that sort of stuff. And we'll have some LED lighting in there, which we do have at the moment, but we can't power up, so we'll put those in. Definitely going to get some side-facing work lights throughout the sides just to light up, so if you ever need to see out the sides, lighting a fire or anything like that, if you do rock up the camp a bit later, we sort of won't be struggling there. Would like some sort of barbecue as well. I've got a 2-burner barbie that I wouldn't mind putting some type of slide out, sort of like a fridge slide, but out the side. Definitely, it'd have to go out a fair way, but it would be something that would be nice, and have a gas bottle on the drawbar, so it'd always be in the camper. And you just pull it out when you need it. And a massive thing would be a kitchen as well, so some type of working space that you could, you know, prepare a meal and have a sink and all that without running water. So I think that'll have to go somewhere. It can't fit in the back here, I'm not too sure. We might have to have something fold out off the back or something like that, because this sort of is the kitchen sort of area, so we might have to make something that attaches to here and comes out. But yeah, that's going to be a wrap for today's video, guys. Jump over to Instagram, that's where I post before YouTube for an inside scoop. If you'd like some merch, give us a message, or some stickers. I just put one on there that looks nice and shiny. So if you'd like one of them, head over there. Like the video, definitely consider subscribing. There's a lot more videos coming. So thanks guys, thanks for watching.